Hello there and welcome to the Manchester City versus Liverpool preview. Please let me know what your thoughts are ahead of this game on Thursday night, but let's get straight into it. It should be an exciting game. Two teams that like to attack and attack very, very well. Absolutely looking forward to this game just to watch it. I know that there's no permutations in terms of the champions and such like that now, seeing as Liverpool have won the league, but still, it should be an exciting game regardless. Now let's have a look at their last games just out. Just looking at the Premier League for these ones. I know Man City won against Newcastle in the Cup, which is a good result for them as well. Gets them through into the semi-finals. I think they face Arsenal, last time out in the Premier League, Chelsea did beat Manchester City and they suffered a red card. We'll look at all that sort of stuff as well in terms of lineups as well. Liverpool last time out beat Crystal Palace 4-0 in what was a very complete performance by Liverpool. It has to be said, it was a very, very good performance, very positive performance by everybody on the pitch that day, and it was very, very good indeed. We got first coming up against second in this game. Now, yes, they're 23 points behind, but even so, Man City will be wanting to come into this game, playing at home, playing at the Etihad, regardless of the fact that there's no fans there or whatsoever. They'll be wanting to come out into this game essentially with nothing to play for in the Premier League. They're 8 points ahead of Leicester, though, and if Leicester do start picking up results, which somehow it doesn't seem likely, but if Leicester do start picking results up, they could actually be on the tails of Man City as well. So they'll be wanting to pick up a win regardless of any of that, but they also want to make sure that they secure second position as well. Definitely that's what they want to do. They don't want to drop that position to Leicester. They don't want to drop it to Chelsea or anyone else that's in the chasing pack. They've been in second for a very, very long time. They want to make sure that they secure that. And also, obviously, they have to wait and see what happens with the Champions League, I think next month, coming into July. So middle of July, I think they should find out what happens there. Liverpool, people are expecting Liverpool to drop off now. Now that they've won the title, it's to keep that motivation going, to keep the wins going, keep the performances going, keep those high levels of, defensive and attacking play that we do. People are expecting, okay, you've won the title, fair enough. What's your motivation going forward? To be fair, a lot of people are saying Liverpool should be going for Man City's, points record, which the 100 points in the Premier League and stuff like that as well. And you know what? It would be nice. It would be cool to do. Got 7 games left to do it if we wanted to do it. I think we've got a possible 21 points or something like that left. And we need 15 points to break it. So we could even drop 2 games in its entirety, lose 2 games, whatever. Me personally, I always want Liverpool to win. Every single time that Liverpool step on the pitch, no matter what it's for, I want us to win. And I want us to win, obviously, against Manchester City, regardless of it's Man City. Who cares? For me, I just want us to go out there, put on a good performance, and, see what we can do in terms of lineup. I think that we'll go with a very strong lineup, in my opinion. I'll show you that in a couple of seconds. I'll put one together. I think that we'll put one. I think we'll put a good performance in here. I really think that we will. The fact that, yes, the championship isn't there to play for because it's already sealed up. I don't think that will be a demotivating factor for Liverpool. I think that that'll actually spur us on and help us go forward, do well, and put in a good performance here. So let me know what you think in terms of, who do you think is going to win out of Liverpool versus Man City. Also, let me know what your starting lineups would be as well. I'm going to show you a couple of things here. I wanted to look at Man City team news as well to see who they had or who they would have possibly missing from this game. Now, it looks like Aguero is definitely going to be missing with a knee injury. Eric Garcia had that awful concussion, that clash between him and Ederson, that accidental clash, I think it was. It didn't look very good. I think it was like the first game back as well. But even so, I think that he will be missing. And I think Man City's Fernandinho will be missing as well. Picked up a red card against Chelsea. I didn't realise it was a 2-game ban. I thought a straight red would just be a 1-game ban. And because they played the cup game, that was it. I thought he'd be available, but he's not. So this is his 2nd game of his 2-game ban, I think. Well, yeah, it says it right there. So look, they're not missing too many players, but with Man City, I always think it doesn't really matter. They could miss a couple of players here and there, but they've still got quality depth in pretty much all areas. So them missing Fernandinho, them missing Aguero, you wouldn't think it's too much of a problem for them. In my opinion, anyway, that's just what I think. Now, we're going to come on to Man City's formation and players that I think that they will go with. Now, this is based off what they put together for the Man City game as well. So there could be some changes here as well. Now, the little names that are underneath is what the substitutions were in that game as well. Apart from Foden started the game and Mahrez came on. So that should actually be the other way around. But you can see right here that they've got quality in their substitutions as well. Cancelo, who was barely featured but was very, very good when he played for Juventus. Really, really good player. They've still got quality players here. Probably the most susceptible player for Man City would be Otamendi, the one that you'd most likely get at. But Laporte actually does a lot of covering for Otamendi and his mistakes, as does Kyle Walker as well. Kyle Walker obviously being a danger going forward, his pace and power going forward. His crossing isn't necessarily the best, but actually he can be a goal-scoring threat if he cuts inside going for goal as well. He has quite a hell of a long shot on him as well. Gabriel Jesus didn't necessarily perform very well against Newcastle, but didn't need to either. And then obviously you've got, Kevin De Bruyne, David Silva, Bernardo Silva as an option as well, Riyad Mahrez, Raheem Sterling. I think they've still got Leroy Sané, Benjamin Mendy if they wanted to use him, but after his mistakes against Chelsea, I'd maybe on the side of caution of that one. You don't want to get caught out with, Salah and Mane running at you like they did with Pulisic, who did very well there. But even so, this type of lineup for Man City, which could even line up as a 4-2-3-1 if they wanted to, drop De Bruyne down a little bit like down here, almost go with this sort of lineup like that. You could go, say, you have a David Silva in this area here. You could have Sterling, Mahrez come into this sort of position here with Jesus up there. This would still be a very, very powerful formation. They could line this formation up however they wanted to. And it would still be very, very good as well. So still a very dangerous team to come up against. I would expect them to be more of like the other, like the 4-3-3. If I'm being honest, I would expect it to be more like that. But don't be surprised if they come with a 4-2-3-1. But I expect it to be a 4-3-3 with possibly De Bruyne a bit further forward, if anything. Maybe Rodri could come in for like Gundogan or a David Silva just to release Kevin De Bruyne into a more area around here, because his passing ability and providing for Sterling, Jesus and for whoever else, Mahrez, Foden, whoever, you actually release him much more, and then he's much more of a goal threat on either foot coming into the box either. That's just my opinion anyway. Let me know what you think of the Man City lineup there. We move on to the Liverpool lineup, and this was based off the Crystal Palace result as well, including the substitutions being Minamino, Naby Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Nico Williams and Harvey Elliott coming on late on with 6 minutes to go as well. And the game was done by that point. Now, we are very flexible in what we can do, but generally we line up in the 4-3-3. Anyone that's a Liverpool fan recognises this lineup in general. It picks itself the majority of the time. Now, what people will want to see is they want to see Nico Williams playing a little bit more, getting some minutes, more minutes than they got anyway. Likes of Harvey Elliott, maybe even a Curtis Jones, anyone else that could even come into this team here, especially with 7 games remaining, the title sewn up. They want to see a bit more, maybe some more of the younger lads coming into the team as well. But I feel that going against Manchester City and like the form that Fabinho was in, that he played against Crystal Palace, he plays anywhere near that sort of level, and like he played against Man City earlier this season, if he plays anywhere near that, it's going to be a fantastic performance from Fabinho, and will help us against, like, when you're coming up against Kevin De Bruyne, David Silva, quality players, you need someone that is very, very good at getting the balls back defensively, operating in around these sorts of areas here, able to drop back and help out the defence, which Fabinho does better than anybody that we have. When these guys are going to be like up here, going up like that, and Van Dijk and Gomez sort of split like that, having Fabinho being able to drop back in here whilst the attack is happening, then that would be absolutely great. While Fabinho will find himself in these positions here as well, his recovery pace is actually pretty good. So dropping back, helping these guys out, so it's not just going to be Van Dijk and Gomez on their own. And they can cope by themselves. They've got enough pace and defensive awareness between them that they can. But having Fabinho being able to do that is fantastic. But even so, I think we should be able to cope pretty well with the threats that Man City have. Make no mistake, this is going to be quite even in terms of possession, I feel. Man City love to control possession, and they will pass it a lot more, maybe a lot more than we will. They'll probably pass it more than we will. Whether it's like astronomically more than we do, it's you have to wait until the day and see what happens there. But that's what they'll want to do. They'll want to use, quick, sharp passes, passes around the corner and stuff like that as well. We will need to be switched on defensively in this game hugely, because these guys will threaten us massively. But where we will get, when, like the situation against Chelsea where they got caught out off a set piece, that is a frailty of Man City's. And with the pace that we would have on the counter, in a Salah, in a Mane, depending on who else plays, I imagine he'll go with Bobby Firmino, but anyone else that plays as well, these two will be absolutely key in countering against Man City, but not just countering either. Our general quality will be very, very good as well. Fabinho being able to get that ball from deep, moving it forward as well. Wijnaldum doing all the good work and the dirty work as well. Defensively very good, moving the ball forward very good, good feet and passing it through to the forward players as well. And Henderson being the absolute quality captain that he is, and doing everything pretty much. Moving up and down the pitch, he will be absolutely instrumental. And this is why I love Fabinho, and especially when Fabinho is looking like he's on form, because he releases Henderson from having to do a lot of defensive duties and staying around these sorts of areas. Henderson now, with Fabinho here and looking good as well, Henderson now has much more license to move up here. Wijnaldum has much more license to move up there. And then it provides much more for the front three. They don't have to do it all by themselves. They've got these guys that can come in. And even when we have to make substitutions, we've got brilliant substitutions to make. Naby Keita to be able to come on. Minamino as well. He will make an impact at some point, definitely. Oxlade-Chamberlain is a very good option as well. Nico Williams for Trent is very good to see. Harvey Elliott for Robertson raised a few eyebrows for some, but even so, he wasn't defensive in that when he came on in that game. I don't expect that to be a substitution that happens though. If Harvey Elliott comes on, he'll come on for one of the front three, in my opinion. Now, in terms of Man City versus Liverpool, how do I see this game going down? Obviously, I want to see Liverpool win. I think Liverpool can win. I think that we've got defensive quality and attacking quality over Man City. Man City are quality themselves. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they're not. But I think that Liverpool will be in a bit of a higher spirit than Man City. I don't think that Liverpool will drop off in this game like people are expecting. People are expecting it to be, you've won the title, now what's your motivation going forward? And I said this at the start of the video, and I purely think the fact that what separates us from everybody else is Jurgen Klopp. And I haven't spoke about Jurgen Klopp at all in this video yet, because I wanted to save it till here. Jurgen Klopp is the ultimate motivator. And I don't want to say he's Mr. Motivator like the guy off ITV years ago, but he is the ultimate motivator. You can tell by the way he's spoken in interviews since the title was confirmed. We will not stop. We want to go forward. We want to keep going forward. We want to still produce quality, and I won't let my players stop. They don't want to stop either. And that is something that is just, I think, that will get us much further over the line in these games. We've still got some other tough games to come up as well. We've still got Chelsea, second to last game of the season as well. We've still got tough games coming up. And that mentality of Jurgen Klopp, which seems to have transformed, obviously, very, very good over the last couple of seasons to the players, they just will not stop. Don't know what's going on here. But I don't think that they will stop at all. And I think that they will pick up from where they left off against Crystal Palace. Not saying that they're going to beat Man City 4-0 or anything like that. But I think that Liverpool will pick up the victory here. Do I think that we will concede? I do. I think the one thing that they will definitely be missing is Sergio Aguero. Having him in front of goal is very, very key for them, seeing as Gabriel Jesus isn't necessarily the guy to put it in the back of the net for them at the moment. They will still threaten. They will still have incredible patterns of play, incredible attacking moves. But in the end, I think that Liverpool's quality at this moment in time, overall, is just better than Man City's. That's my opinion, and I'm not saying it arrogantly, and I hope it doesn't come across arrogant either. I'm going to go for I think I'm going to go for the same result that we had last time. I think I'm going to go for a 3-1 Liverpool victory. It could be closer. It could definitely be closer. I'm not saying that we're going to blow Man City out the water here. I think that we can. I think on their day, and if we have an off day as well, Man City could do it to us. But I'm confident in going for a 3-1 Liverpool victory. And I think that's how the game will go, in my opinion, anyway. Let me know what you think in the comments below about this game. 3-1 victory for me. Let me know what you think. Lineups, people that are going to get chosen for this game, and how you think the game's going to play out, in your opinion, as well. For now, I'm going to get out of here, and I'm going to go get some food. So, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed it, please do like it and subscribe if you're new around here. Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. But for now, I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you later.